Hello! Welcome to episode 24 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together to Falcon punch our problems in the face and get
Falcon punch!
Take that, problems!
That was a good one.
That was a good one. We're going to get
a good one.
Most recently, we've been working on a semi-autobiographical time travel graphic novel. I'm always iffy if I should call it a graphic novel or graphic novella, because it's clearly a graphic novella, but I just like the way time travel graphic novel musicals sound. So.
Just say it. No, the one person that's going to call you on it isn't a true fan anyway. He's
Don't call me on believer. Let me just be wrong. Happy with who I am. Speaking of things that are wrong, though, Steven, before we get into anything, I just want to bring this up to you because, like, I got this anger up inside of me, and I can't talk to my mother, so I talk to my Stevie. So, Steven, our friend Michelle, longtime listener, great fan of the podcast. We love her so much. She bought a shirt. If she lets me, I'll put her picture up here. We love her. She's the best. However, she posted a poll, Steven. She posted several polls. It was a bracket battle of mythological creatures, right? Which, fantastic. I don't have super strong opinions about much of this because I feel like I can write anyone winning this fight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure if I have enough time, I can craft a story in which a werewolf takes on a dragon. It doesn't matter. Like, I can find a way to do it. I don't think a werewolf could take on a dragon, but still. But Steven,
dragons have treasure too. Like, I'm sure a dragon would have like a silver weapon to attack them. But anyways, continue. Sorry.
No, absolutely. But here's the thing, Steven. She put two things up against each other. Okay. It was unicorn versus mermaid. Now, here's the thing.
Well,
there's no other context there. Like, she didn't specify where they're fighting. She didn't say if it's like a mermaid unicorn. I don't even know if that exists. It could. There's a seahorse. Why not a horned seahorse, a narwhal seahorse unicorn situation? But the thing, okay, Steven, what do you think wins? What do you think wins in that situation?
I think it's all who gets home field advantage.
Right.
Like, that's really that's strictly what it is, right?
Okay, I think I agree with you, and I think the problem with that is mermaid is just decimating. Like, the mermaid is just destroying the unicorn. And like, for me, okay, Steven, if you put me, think about this though, and I understand a mermaid is half fish, has way more mobility, could go deep underwater and come up with a furious fist. I get it could happen. But if you put the human side up against a horse, even without the horn, in the water, and you were like, fight, that horse is going to kill us every time. Like, I can't even get near that horse. Like, the horse is just going to be, like, Steven, we kill things all the time on accident. I kill ants, bugs, like, all the time on accident. I'm like, oh man, stepped on that, I guess. Sorry about your life. And
ended that poor thing's entire existence.
Like, a whole generation of people of insects mourn the things that we kill on accident. A horse could kill me in accident, Steven. A horse could kill a horse could be like,
they're so big. Do you know how big horses are? They're huge.
They're huge, Steven. So here's the thing. Like, maybe if you mixed a different creature up with a human, I'd be like, yeah, we have a benefit there. If you mixed a horse with a human, a centaur could destroy a unicorn. A centaur would be like, you're dead. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You have no chance. What, you have a knife?
I'm you with brains. Yeah, I'm you with brains and a bow. Why do all centaurs have a bow, by the way?
That is interesting.
Where are the sword-wielding centaurs?
How do they get their quiver situation? Is it I don't know. It's very interesting. But Steven,
is it a saddle quiver?
It should be. Is it disrespectful to ride a centaur? I don't think so. I think it's like a piggyback ride, and they should be okay with it.
I feel like it could be like a romantic situation. Like, if you're a woman and you ride a male centaur, he would look back at you like all like romantic. But like if I was a dude and I just mounted a man centaur, he'd be like, "What you doing, buddy?"
Yeah, there's a song about that. If you mix human, but the other half, the thing that's gonna benefit the most is a fish half. I'm not sure if it's really benefit. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't. Like I said, I think.
Listen, buddy, this is very one-sided. You're welcome for this. What are you doing down there? I'm prone to shark attacks.
That's exactly the case.
He's done nothing for it. I can't reproduce the way I want to reproduce.
No,
I gotta spray a bunch of eggs.
Yes, Steven, like I'm pretty sure. Okay, wait. I think the thing that's been like breaking my brain is like all of the leaps that you have to take that no one was giving you. Like and everyone took the same leaps except for me apparently. Everyone was like, yeah, clearly this battle takes place in the ocean. Everyone just assumes that. Like, why? Why does that make any sense? Why does
the unicorn get shafted like that? That's just not even fair for the unicorn.
It's not. And you know what though? I still feel like the unicorn, with its crazy spiky horn and its probably magical like healing properties, which I just assume that unicorns are magic. I don't know what kind of magic, but I assume they're magic. Even if they're not though, even if they're just feral horse beasts with knife faces, it's gonna take on that fish lady. Like, it's gonna beat up the fish lady and stab it in its eye on accident. Like, it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You know, Matt, I can't see it. I want to see, like, I think people are jumping to the conclusion that, like, every mermaid is Aquaman, or, like, every mermaid is Poseidon, or every mermaid can, like, control the elements. But, like, I'm just thinking, like, Ariel. I'm just thinking, like, act like mermaid. Dude,
not even Ariel. Like, just Gary, the mermaid. Like, he's just the merman. He's just like, listen, man, I don't even have a six-pack. I got kind of like this like gut from the things I've eaten and drank throughout my. I'm a middle-aged merman.
Like he's like, we don't even talk about that. We don't even know what the other half is. A great fish.
My fish was a bottom dweller. Like Gary just swims in the bottom of the ocean, like sucks up food, like.
So
miserable.
I'm sorry. I know normally we start with what we're doing, but like it's just been bothering me all morning and I had to say something. So how'd you do this week?
I only got the one page done this week. I just was not inspired like these like mornings. I like woke up late like every morning and I was only really able to chisel away like a half hour or so on the page a day, but I did finish
You finished one which page? Well, what I'm gonna say is Phil.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the failure. But yeah, page 11. 11. Ha!
Okay, so you just sent me that page, and I think it looks really good. I really like the stylized angles and stuff. You put a lot of detail into that, especially the floor. That's just I'm always impressed by that kind of stuff because I know how long it takes.
I've been like looking at like Dragon Ball Super manga and like, man, the way they draw backgrounds, it's so efficient but so simple, and I just gotta learn how to do that. I must be like overthinking it. I think I'm putting way too much thought into backgrounds.
Yeah, well, I think that you and I both like fall into the trap of thinking of cinematic backgrounds. Like literal movie type backgrounds where we want it to look like it would in a photo instead of the way it should look in the art overall. You know, that's why I said like I know that there are a lot of people who are gonna hate on our process and progress, and people are gonna say like that our perspectives are off and and such sometimes. But like honestly, I think as long as like the tone is there, the intention is there, and like the story is told in the panels, it's good. And I really like your style overall, and I think like the consistency is going to sell the book anyway. Like the way you're drawing everything it's solid and it looks good. So I'm not worried about those backgrounds. I think I think what you've been doing, especially like the packing panel or like the packing page, looks fantastic with all like there you drew like 2 different rooms in one. Like that was great. So yeah, I think you're getting it done for sure. And you've read it, so that there's a lot of like there's dialogue, there's a lot of narration that's going to be everywhere.
Yeah, and any lines that I don't really care for, like, or things where I think look a little weak, we can just plop a dialogue or a narration box right over.
Yeah, even if there's not supposed to be, even if I have nothing written for that scene, we'll just make up a stupid line. I'll make something up for that page just to save that art a little bit. So I
feel like mermaids get destroyed by unicorns in every situation except for the ocean.
That's pretty much it. And even then, I think it's questionable. So last week I just was working on page 5, I think, just like getting used to stuff. This week I finished 5, 6, and 7, flatting them. So
nice.
Yeah, so like, and I think they'll look really good. They're all, it's just flats, you know. So, but it looks simple.
Yeah, I mean, any colors. Yeah, but flatting is awesome because it just makes it easier to select colors now too. Even if they're not colors that we want to finally be the final colors, we can change them like that now.
So I finished flatting 5, 6, and 7. I'll put them over here. Or yeah, that's where they go. That's where they go. I think they look good. I mean the art looks amazing, so it's like it doesn't even matter. But it looks like a lot of fun colored. How was your Valentine's Day?
Oh, it was awesome. We lounged. We didn't go out because we have the kids. But I made fillets. I picked up a couple of filet mignons for Tina and I with some goat cheese and fresh basil and sun-dried tomatoes, and made a nice dinner. And then, yeah, we just relaxed all day. That's what we do. What did you do, good set?
Well, Valentine's Day is Atlas's birthday. So it's almost always just about Atlas.
Yes.
So previously in the podcast, I had mentioned kind of having a crush on a customer, missing an opportunity, waiting for said customer to come back. And it all worked out up until that point. And then it just took a terrible nosedive. No, I'm kidding you. It's been going amazing, Steven. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore.
Is this
Steven, there's like I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm not going to be one of those people who just assumes that there's a tidal wave of horror coming, like just a wave of spiders coming at my back. Like, I'm not going to assume that. I'm going to just keep going forward because so far, Steven, it's been amazing. So she and I have gone out on a few dates, and they had all been...
That's awesome.
Steven, I peed outside for the first time in like a year. I felt free, Steven. When's the last time you peed outside? It's a thing. It's a feeling. Do you remember?
I think I told the story.
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to the campsite? Like when we used to go to the campsite and it was like everyone's you have to pee. You're outside. We're here. This is what we're doing. You can't get in your car and drive all the way to a bathroom. It just doesn't make any sense. You're probably gonna pee yourself before you get there. It's not, it's not sensible. So it was I think it was only it was second date, and she took me to this place. It was this gated community where she used to work, and we found this like dark gravel path, like like this with trees along the whole side and a lake on the other side, and we're just like walking under the stars, having this like really adorable date. And we spent hours together doing that and just walking around and talking, getting to know each other, and we both had to pee really bad. I was like, well, guess what's about to happen? We're gonna go pee now, So we she went in the little girl's room and I went in the men's room, little boy's room. I'll say it. I'm confident. I went in the little boy's room, but there was no little boy's room. It was just outside in a bush that we chose, separate bushes. But it was interesting, Steven. And then,
is this your special bush?
Yeah.
Is this your special bush? What?
So like that night was just like adorable act one of like a romantic comedy, like we like laid on a dock under the stars and like talked, and there were fish, and it was adorable. It was just like, it was everything you want it to be. It was just perfect,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know, like it's so crazy that like it's not even funny. So I'm just like, I don't know if I should even talk about it. It's just so nice, It's just so nice. So, and then I waited until the night before Atlas's birthday because I really didn't have much time. I was I was coloring, I had a date, I was doing all this stuff. But I was like, I have to make a cake for his birthday. I was like, I've decorated cakes the way most people have decorated cakes, where it's like plain frosting and you write a name on it and say happy birthday. Like I've done that a couple of times. I've never crafted a cake, Steven. I've never molded edible arrangements into a shape before. I've never birthed a creature via cake form, Steven. But I was intent. I was gonna do it. I was like, he wants a Five Nights at Freddy's birthday. I'm gonna make a cake. He doesn't even eat cake. I'm gonna make him the best cake in the world. So I got the stuff. I got this fondant. I got all the stuff. Or I got everything I thought I needed, which turned out to be half of what I needed, by the way. But I got everything I thought I needed. And I was like, I got this. I'm going to do this. So the girl, I don't know if I should say her name or not. I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't know. I didn't ask her. I should ask her. What should we call her? Could we give her like a nickname?
Yes. Hold on. Let's just go. Well, no, because Hermione wasn't.
Can I call her love interest?
Love interest.
Let's just call her love interest. Like, no, that's too long.
Love interest is good.
Is it good? Okay. Okay.
Li. Call her Li.
All right. So love interest Li. Okay. So Li just messages me knowing what I'm about to go through that night, and she offers to help. And traditionally, I am very much like a standoff person when I'm making stuff that I don't know how to make. Like if there's any improvisation involved, I kind of have to be alone because I don't know how to delegate nonsense. You know what I mean? Like I can say like if I can trace things out and then you ink it, that's different. But if it's like, let's draw a person together and we both have a pen on paper at the same time trying to draw arms and legs, it's terrifying. I'm like, this is crazy. So but I was like, you know what? Yes, I could probably use some help. I probably bit off more than I could chew. I'd get it done, but I would love some help. So she invited me over her house. I went over her house. Her mom was away. She was out having like a girls' night, you know. And her dad had just got home, so I got to meet her dad. Her dad is just very, very nice man. He's very, very welcoming. Just he's the kind of person you could tell he's really intelligent. And I just, just really kind, which was really cool. It was cool. I felt welcomed, and it was nice. So he was, he showed interest in what we're doing, and then, just kind of like excused himself as we continued to do the cake. So we started making this cake. Li and I were just like, we went in separate like workstations, and I was doing one thing, she's doing another. We just kind of like perfectly delegated everything. It was just like working out beautifully. So finally she comes over, she starts helping me out, like rolling the fondant. We're getting all this stuff done. Steven? There was a sound, Steven. There was a stampede coming toward me. A stampede of women. It was a rush, a crash, a murder of ants. It was Steven. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was overwhelming. I think it was like 7 women I've never seen in my life. Bunch of aunts, neighbors, a mom was in there. There were so many people, and they were all surrounding what we were doing, staring at me, and kind of like happily engaging us, like trying to figure out who I was and like if I was going to murder anyone, I think.
Who is this strange man?
Yeah, dude. Okay, but the thing is, Steven, guess what I learned? We have a few.
What'd you learn?
We have a few viewers who are parents and or grandparents and and I know this because they all told me that they've watched our podcast.
That's so crazy.
It is so funny. And the funniest thing for me is, since I've known you my whole life, as far as I care to be concerned with my life, I've known you my whole life, and I still laugh at the idea of Stevie and you being Stevie. So when someone says it like matter of factly, like when someone just like,
it first hit me. It first hit me when Tony was like calling me Stevie in every podcast. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? This is a name I would have never requested. Even Bruno will just like tweet Stevie, and it's like, oh yeah, Stevie's just giving me. No, that's what I've called myself, and that's what people like are calling me. I've always, just so we're all clear here, I have always been Steven because my dad is Steve, and I've always been Steven. I have never been Stevie, but it's already happened. It's become
Stevie Wildside, Stevie Wildcard. Yeah, Stevie Wildcard.
Stevie Wildflower.
So Stevie Wild thing. So anyway, they just like descend upon me like so many spiders, like crawling and forming a web, and I'm just like, I'm stuck. I can't get out. They're gonna like bleed me dry. So I'm just like, but it was oddly comfortable, to be honest with you. I was just like, I think it was because, awesome. And like I said to Li afterward, I was just like, I think that was probably the best case scenario. Like I think it was because you know that feeling when you know you're going to do something and just like all that anxiety rushes over you and you have to sleep or you have to poop and you're like, that's what happens to my body. My body's like, oh, you want to go meet people you've never met? Guess who's going to sleep right now? And I'm like, guess who's gonna have to poop right before they go? Like my body can't take it.
Who's gonna have nervous bowels and weak limbs?
Yep. Yep. So you know, this dumb meat sack is just like, oh, you can't take meeting people if you know it's gonna happen. You know, and I always tolerate, I always get through it. But this situation was just better because it was thrust upon me, and I kind of had to just like tackle it. I had to just, you know, kind of succumb to the moment and let it happen. And, you know, and it was fine. That way I could just, you know, be myself in general. And just, you know, that's
what's kind of cool too, is that those people already had an expectation of who you were. So it was probably more comfortable for them to even engage you because they know how you, because this is how we act. Like how we act. This isn't like a show. This is how Anthony and Stevie, you know, have conversations. So like, yeah, they were just able to talk to you the way that we would talk to them.
I think it's like the best possible way that like a reputation could precede you. You know what I mean? Like if someone else talked about you in general and was like, oh, Steven's cool, he likes art, like that's one thing. And then someone has an idea of you in their head. But like for them to have watched me talk about Li before, it's like, oh, that's interesting. It is kind of weird. And I do have to like I have to try to not think about it now, which is really funny, you know? It doesn't really matter. It'll be fine. But so that happened. They eventually left, and we finished the cake, and this is what it looked like. And I think it looks phenomenal for like our first attempt at.
No, it looks incredible, and the character you chose just happens to have amazing Valentine's colors too. On top of it being his birthday, that's what I was saying. It's like it's like so perfect. Like it's just a beautiful cake.
Yeah. So then she helped me make the cake. And, you know, being love interests with one another, I was like, I felt odd not spending Valentine's Day together, you know? So I invited her to go do things with Atlas and I, you know? So we went to Chuck E. Cheese. We played together. It was a lot of fun. And it's always cool to kind of see people in different elements to see how they behave, you know? Because I don't, like, because, you know, you can have, we talked about that before with like kind of opening doors to different interests and like seeing, you know, like what's in this room? How full is your movie room? You know, when you open it up, is your movie knowledge room like, you know, stacked like floor to ceiling? Or is it just like very bare and it's just like about like the movie Accepted? And that's all you ever know is that one movie Accepted for some reason. The Justin Long film about college.
That's a weird... It's like, what a weird movie. Ask me about my wiener.
I don't know why that was the first thing.
Because
yeah, I think my brain
is Jonah Hemsworth.
No, it was like what's a movie that shouldn't be someone's favorite movie, but probably is someone's favorite movie, but also I don't know. But anyway, but it's cool to like open those different doors and like see the different parts.
I just imagine like Wednesday we post this episode and it's like someone's watching. It's like, well, I guess this podcast isn't for me. Like we just lose a subscriber because of the
podcast.
Accepted bit.
Like Justin Long was really into our podcast before we first It was like Justin Long is like, I believe I'm going to contact them on social media to be a guest on this, and then not anymore, Justin. Gosh, sorry, Justin Long. We do like you. I love you.
I do, dude. Justin Long is great.
Yeah, I love him. I think pretty much everything he's been in, I've enjoyed him at least. You know, so he's
yeah. No, seriously, like I mean, like even like his little weird cameo in Zack and Miri was freaking hilarious. It's great.
So we spent Valentine's Day together, and then after Atlas went to bed, we just spent most of the night together, just like hanging out and talking and stuff. It's really nice. And it's been going really well, which kind of made me realize how often previously it hadn't gone really well. Like how often I've been like in relationships or like been with people or had other love interests where it was like I was kind of going through specific motions, but it wasn't really going well, but you still kind of go through it for some reason because it's like either you're having hope or you're just scared or, you know, whatever it may be. And it made me realize how much Cupid sucks at his job, Stephen, because like Steven, like, is he just flinging? Does he? My belief is that he just has heat-seeking arrows that don't actually care whether or not there's love involved, and he's just like, got two at the same time, and then those two people just connect for a while. Yeah. So it's like, and like, okay, it's either that or what if Cupid is really good at choosing people, but hits the wrong side of people? So like, what if sometimes he hits someone's heart and he hits someone else's like shin? So it's like. Like, this person is really in love with the other person, and this person.
That's a pain in my leg, really, is what you are to me.
Yeah, I feel like chaining me to the floor right now. But those motions anyway. So I was like, who would be a better Cupid, Steven, if you think about it? Because I was like, there are so many characters. Like, you could have Bullseye from Daredevil comics, who's just.
Oh man, Bullseye would always hit the mark.
He always hit the mark.
Bullseye.
Just pretty. He always hit the mark. Like, so you have Bullseye. I mean, you have all of you have what do you call it? Green Arrow. You have the like any of the
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. You have Robin Hood would be better. All these like if it needs to be an arrow, does it need to be an arrow? Maybe. What if it's like a really good gunslinger? What if someone
Black Widow just popping caps?
Yep.
Like this.
Yeah, just like love tip bullets. Just pop, 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 pop. Like that's. I don't know. Like, why not? I don't see why Cupid. Why does it have to be like a baby man? Why does it have to be a winged baby man?
It'd be awesome to be like a Cupid Ryu just throwing like love Hadokens at people, just Hadouken, and just like bam, this energy blast just pulls two people in, and
I love it so much. I would love
down forward punch people.
You love him. You love him.
What was that, right? Oh my god! He's like doing like a love tornado.
I love tornado.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. I think that's perfect. I don't see, but anyway, basically anyone would be better than Cupid, Ryu, or Ryu, whatever. But yeah. Okay, so I think something we have to start talking about now is Kickstarter, Stephen. We're gonna launch our Kickstarter next month, early next month. We're aiming for March 4th is our plan. So I this week, in addition to doing the coloring, have made a list of all of the rewards that I could think of that people might want to see, right? So things like obviously the book itself, obviously the music. I also included t-shirts. I included original art pages. One of the things I included was, because there will be an opportunity for it later in the book, I included that a select few people could have the opportunity to have themselves drawn into the book if they're interested. So we have to talk about how much that would be worth, because it's kind of important. So it's strange. I don't even know if anyone would be interested. So what I wanted to ask you is, like, what do you think? Can you think of anything that I haven't already named that we should definitely list and create a price for as a reward for people?
Now, pretty much, you've nailed most of the things. The thing I said before too, like original pieces. Maybe not all of them. Maybe we can put like 3 or 4 of the pages up, or something like that, as like rewards, like the actual 11 by 17s.
We also have. I forgot to write down my anniversary present. I forgot that. I have to put that in there.
Oh, yeah, that one, right?
It did. So the anniversary present that I made for Voldemort years ago, the draft of it is going to be up for auction in the rewards as for Kickstarter. Okay, Steven, but what do you think? I mean, I'm also asking the audience, if you're, everyone who's listening right now, if you have anything that you would like to see us include with the Kickstarter. I know, hopefully everyone's just really interested in the book and the music, but if there's anything that would really entice you, or that you're just interested in having that, we might have lying around, let us know, because I think we should also include stuff from the podcast. So we should have like podcast shirts, stickers, like little things to throw in. Because why not? I mean, if people, the majority of people who are going to be helping us along with this campaign and, backing us and trying to support us are going to be people who are listening to this podcast, at least a large percentage of them. And I appreciate the heck out of all of you. So just let us know if there's anything that, that we haven't already mentioned or thought of that you want to see, even if it like original art, character-based stuff, or like portraits that either of us could do, or like poems. I'll write you a poem.
Let me put my poems in you.
Yeah, that's all I want to put in people, Stephen. I have that in my silly voice. But dude, before I move on, so Li at my work. So for Valentine's Day, I wrote her a song. I wrote her a song, and
Awesome.
I think it was pretty good. She liked it. So I wrote her a song, and I recorded it for her, and I gave it to her. We spent Valentine's Day together and everything, and she told me, she was like, "Oh, I got you something," and she was like, "Should I just go home and get it?" And I was like, "No, like don't go home and come back. It's like it'll be fine." So yesterday, I had to work. So the day after Valentine's Day, I go to work. I'm at my work. I'm just like kind of like trudging through time, just like I'm spanning time until it's time for me to clock out. Basically, I just don't want I'm at the very close to the end of my shift, last hour, and as I'm like walking out, like walking down one of the aisles, I see her walking toward the checkout, and I was like, "Huh, okay." She didn't tell me she was here. Interesting. So I thought it'd be funny to, instead of say something to her, just go stand outside and just like pretend I don't see her. So like I just went outside and I was just like standing there looking at the sky and stuff. And she came up behind me, and just like, surprise. So we walked to the car together and she's like, "Look in your car." So I looked in my car and there was a bag, and it was like a gift bag. It was, it was a very cool gift bag. It was actually a French vomit bag, which sounds crazy, but it had like these, like, it had words in it written in like this, in like artistic worms. It was very weird and cool. It was like the coolest bag I've ever seen in my life. It was so cool that I was like, "I think you should keep this because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And I feel like you'll reuse it."
I want future gifts in this same bag. This is my gift bag. This is where you put my gifts.
This is where you put my gifts. Thank you very much. So previously, in our, interactions and stuff, we talked about Viewmasters. Do you remember Viewmasters when you were a kid? Like they had the circle with all the pictures and you click through them.
Yep.
So, and I mentioned having a Spider-Man, like an old school Spider-Man cartoon Viewmaster picture, Viewmaster set, reel. But I didn't have a Viewmaster to view them through. So she went out and she got me this. And it is a vintage classic Viewmaster.
So freaking cool.
And not only is it absolutely incredible and just like, it works perfectly and is beautiful and amazing, she got me this huge stack of the reels. Oh, here's the Spider-Man I was talking about.
Nice.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Yeah, I remember those, man. Those are so cool.
Yeah, so but she got me a stack, and not only that, but she got me one that's a Looney Tunes, so it's like Bugs Bunny and stuff, because she knows I like cartoons and animation. So it was just so perfect. And it was like she wrote a note.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was really great. So basically, there's a wave of spiders coming behind me, and something bad is going to happen. So basically, there's just like I'm imagining surfing sharks. Like somehow the sharks are on surfboards and they also have bazookas and they're coming to get me. And I'm not much of a swimmer. I'm like a unicorn, apparently, just in the water, flopping around, failing to fight.
Well,
so,
man, the way I see you you just stay put, you just put that horn out and you just wait for that shark to skewer itself on you because it's gonna happen.
That's what I'm gonna put my head towards the shark.
They're close combat fighters.
It's true. Dude, I don't I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to get out of my head and just,
dude, I feel you, dude, because not that it's like anything to brag about, but even with me right now, like my childhood was so turbulent, moving from house to house, dad in and out of rehab, things like that right now, I have a wife, I have kids, I have my own house, I have my own room. I'm just waiting for the horrible thing to come and take it all away from me, because that's what always happened to me when I was young, is we would get to this plateau point and it would just get wiped clean. Yeah. So yeah, man, I know, right?
I want to stand in the center of my money bank with back to back with my childhood self. Just what's coming? Something's coming.
Something coming. I feel you, man.
Yeah, but all I can do is just hope for the best and keep doing my best, and I guess that's kind of all we're doing with this podcast too, right? It's just, what are we doing? We're just trying to do our best and keep going. It
really is awesome because this thing continues to hold us accountable. It's continuing to grow steadily. It's just, It's the best thing we could have ever done because it really like we've said from the beginning, it's just this amazing archive for our kids to watch one day.
Yeah.
You know, God forbid one of us, you know, bites it young. They'll have like hours of footage they can just watch of us talking, which is cool.
That's true. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I guess I died recently in a car accident, but I'm bound to, you know, it's bound to happen again. It's bound to, something's got to take me. Got to die of something. But
man, how could you leave me in this divergent timeline while you're dead, starting some new timeline? I'm over here in the old one where you lived because I'm still sentient in this world.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, Steven, as long as I got the writing done of this one, you're good. You're good because you can put out this book as like a memorial. If anything, if I go, this book is gonna make so much more money for you, Steven. Like people are gonna be like, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to give you some passwords and stuff so you so you can get into the like post podcast because you will not stop doing the podcast no matter what happens. Okay. So have you convinced Steven? Have you convinced Tina to either let you have an ostrich or a puppy yet?
I feel like I'm getting closer on the husky front because we went and saw the puppies this past weekend and they're like 5 weeks old now.
Right.
And they are just all big balls of cute. You can post some of those pictures that I sent you on the messenger if you want.
Okay, but what I'm hearing, I'm hearing a lot of husky talk. Have you not taken her to go see some baby ostriches?
I just can't find the baby ostriches right now. I just don't have the. I don't have the money or the steady hand to perform.
I'll let you know. I've never seen a baby ostrich, so as far as I know, they just pop out of the egg being like 7 foot tall battle birds.
I just imagine like the SNL skit with Will Ferrell coming out of the womb. It was hot in there. Like ostrich.
It could happen. I don't see why not. They're fierce. But you're getting close in the husky situation.
Just got to keep pushing, man. I want that.
You get it. It's like I said. Like I think the laundry thing, it might be the way to go. Like something where I think something where it's gonna show her that it's gonna make the situation better, but also cuter. You know, so you can't lose. You can't. Like she's gonna fold. She's gonna fold. So. All right, Steven, we talked about a lot of stuff. What do you think you're going to do this week? What's your plan?
I'm going to still aim high, and I'm going to still aim for 2 pages.
Yes.
It'll probably more realistically be 1, but I'm still aiming for 2. I still want to be held accountable, and I still want to be called a failure when I fail. So.
Oh, you mean like this week? Because you were a
failure! Horrible failure.
Pulling an Anthony LaFusi.
Pulling an Anthony the failure.
So, so this week I'm going to. Let me see, what day is it? Okay, so I'm gonna have to. We're doing this on a Tuesday, and we're posting this tomorrow. So this is gonna be an interesting week for me because it's just I have to do just this tonight. But then tomorrow and the rest of the week, I have a lot of time to color and stuff. I'm gonna make a lot of time. I do have a new love interest that I've been spending time with. So that's my new like juggling thing. I did say I'm gonna learn to juggle this year. So I'm gonna have to juggle.
You're juggling quite well, good sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to juggle a new budding romance with us and what we've been doing and never fail. Never pull an Anthony LaFusi again. I will never be that guy. That loser. No, so anyway. So basically this week, my plan is to color. I'm going to try to flat 3 pages. I'm going to try. But my real plan is to flat for sure at least 1 and get all of the Kickstarter stuff set with the prices. That's like my definite goal. That's my definite goal because we do have to start plugging in all that Kickstarter, like all that, the boring stuff, and get it all done so we can hit launch when it comes time. And
get it all formatted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and then next week we're gonna have more information about that, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more as we go. But I'm excited for it. I hope everyone else is excited to read this book. So, but thank you all for listening. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, ChicagoTonyV, for talking about us on your podcast. Nearly every time.
Nearly every day.
Yeah, like honestly though, ChicagoTonyV's podcast, I'm gonna post a link below. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's mostly impressive, is what it is. But his character is kind of intoxicating and addicting. Like I really like him as a person. You can tell that he's like authentic, but even though he has like the caricature look, like he's like an authentic dude, and I like it. And mostly I like that he's very vulnerable. He reminds me of like our podcast, but he's just talking to people who aren't his best friend, which is like, it's even like a step below, because like I have the like veil of like speaking to you and like pretending no one else is listening, like you get to be the crowd naked, whereas like he's just talking to people live, and he does that every day, and it's really impressive. And he has all these awesome stories about like his past, and he has all these awesome stories about the people, this woman that he loved, and he recently played. Did you hear the song that he posted? Have you heard that, Steven? No. Okay, so ChicagoTonyV is he has a wonderful voice. His piano playing is superb. Like I'm gonna try to propose a little like a little thing where like I want to see if ChicagoTonyV would kind of compose something based on our rhythm sections for at least one of the songs, because like his piano playing is like far superior to my piano playing. And like I think you and I both can like kind of fiddle our way through writing a song, composing something, but he definitely has some chops that we don't have. So anyway, amazing. But I just appreciate it so much. But people like him and like Michelle and Paige and all these people like JD, who
Bruno.
Like all these people, like all this stuff. I love all of you, and we both appreciate all of you so much. If you're only listening to this, we do have a video every single week in which we show all the pages and all the stuff, and also our dumb faces. It's youtube.com/wehaveissuespodcast. You can find us at Twitter at twitter.com/wehaveissuespod. We're on Instagram at instagram.com/wehaveissuespodcast. We're on TikTok. We're everywhere. We have merch. We're people who do stuff. I don't know. We're doing our best. All the links are below, and we love you. Just know that we're thankful for you, and we're going to be here next week and the week after that. And we're going to get this book done, and we're going to have ostriches. But thank you all for listening. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard, side flower.
And this has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next week. We love you. Thank you.
No down forward punch, people.
Down forward punch. Down forward love. I love you. You love him. You love him.
What was that, right? Because it's Higgin! Oh my god! He's like doing like a love tornado.
A love tornado.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. I think that's perfect. I don't see, but anyway, basically anyone would be better than Cupid, Ryu, or Ryu, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it is actually Ryu. My bad, Capcom fanatics.
So okay.
How dare me?